to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Every week, another step along the path toward a more peaceful, happy life. A life where you grow into the best possible version of yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Now, let's get started down the path for today. Welcome to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. This is step number 69 along the path.
Oh my.
And I know I'm host Bill Sklodowski, along with my friend and partner and podcasting partner, Vicki Wagoner, in Blue Ridge, Georgia, where she's working on some winter allergies, or what did you say?
Yeah, every fall when the leaves have fallen off the trees, you can hear how hoarse I am.
Right.
And I'm fine. I don't feel anything other than like kind of talking like a man.
Well, there you go. That deep, raspy voice. It might be sexy. You never know. I mean, come on. So we'll have to ask your husband about that. So,
yes, I will. As
always, we are here to help you with a word of the week. We'll have that in just a moment, and then a little article that we found. And I wanted to find we've already missed Thanksgiving. As we record this, it's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, but right. Christmas and New Year's are coming. So I wanted to come up with a little bit of an article that would help with kind of managing that experience for some people. And well, you'll hear all about it as we go. But for starters, we want to thank you for joining us. And as always, if you have questions or comments, you can visit us on our Facebook page. Just do a search for The Practical Path Podcast, and you'll find that where we post the show every week. And there you go. So, and maybe some new things in the works. Who knows? We're not going to spill any beans just yet, but we're, maybe some new things in the works. New Year's coming. So how are you? You're other than your little allergy things there, you're doing okay?
Doing good. Yeah.
As always, Miss Vicki is available for our listeners and friends who might have questions or comments or need a little guidance about, I don't know, what they'd like to do. And coming up on the new year might be a good time to check in with somebody and find out what your goals and intentions and plans are for the new year. If somebody would like, I know that's something you help people with a lot.
Yes,
if somebody would be interested in talking to you, how do they get in touch with you?
They can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 @gmail.com.
And as always, if you got your new iPhone, see, I got a new iPhone a 3 weeks ago, so I'm like in hoggy heaven here. I know, I got the 17. I'm in hoggy heaven, so if you need help, and there's going to be new videos coming to Bill's iPhone Tips channel on YouTube.
Yes, and they're good.
They're good. And I'm not saying the old ones are still good, but there's some things that need to be updated. So that's what we're going to be doing on. So go over to YouTube, do a search for Bill's iPhone Tips. You'll find that. So there you go. All good.
Well, don't you feel like a new man with a new
Yes. Awesome. That's all good. It's all good. And we're also joined today. I know nobody's watching this on video, but we're also joined today by my lady friend Mary. Her dog, Miss Lily, is joining us here in the office today. And apparently our conversation hasn't grabbed her attention yet because she's kind of napping out on the lazy boy next to me. So,
Max does the same thing.
Yeah, they're just not. I think if you're a dog, I think you have no use for personal development. I think you come pretty well developed as a dog.
Yeah.
You've got it. You pretty well got it.
They're bosses. They get born as bosses, and they direct your life.
I know. And they really don't. I mean, this could turn into a real philosophical discussion, but it's kind of true that animals, because of the way they work mostly on instinct and habit and all of that stuff, they're not thinking about what other dogs are thinking about them. Right?
That's true. Humans do.
That's my point. My point is exactly that us humans, we are stuck in this overthinking sometimes of like, oh, what's the neighbor going to think? Or what's the coworker going to believe about me if I say this or do this? Animals don't care. It's not that they don't care. It's that that's not even a part of their makeup.
Yeah. They have no clue. They're just being themselves.
And there's the lesson. And
Maybe
I
we
think
can learn
that's
from
the lesson.
that.
Yes. Just be yourself.
Be yourself. Yeah.
I don't know how we got, I do know how we got off on that tangent, but it's
Oh,
all right. Let's bring it
it's a
back.
good one.
It
It's a
is a
good
good
one.
one.
Remind
It is a good
people
one.
to trust themselves, and you are who you are. Be proud of who you are. And if you need to change, little quirks or whatever,
Sure.
work on it,
Yes.
call me up. And, I've worked with everybody you can imagine from, most of them are really good, but ooh, I've had a few Lulus that go, ooh, wait a minute, I think I have to pull my hair out.
Right. 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 So yeah, exactly. I mean, be more like your dog. That's and
Like a
in fact,
dog.
that is a country music song, one of my favorites. That is like when I come back from my next life, I'm coming back as my dog.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that
I don't know
stuff.
if that is, but it's a good one. So yeah, sit on the porch all day and take it easy. So yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Digging into the word of the week. Thank you for joining us, by the way, everybody. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And we're looking forward to holiday season here. Like we said, Thanksgiving just
Mhm.
come and gone. Hope yours was a
Yeah.
good one. Christmas and New Year's coming. So
Hmm.
this week's word, which kind of relates to all of that, is belonging. That
Oh,
deep sense of being seen, accepted, and at peace with where you are and who you are.
yeah.
Belonging is not just about fitting in, because we're going to talk about that when it comes to holidays and families and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Belonging is not just about fitting in, it's about finding the part of you that feels at home no matter where you're at.
I love that.
I know,
Yeah.
right? I do
Hmm.
too. Belonging starts within, not outside. And I think we could probably make that argument with everything we talk about on this show,
Oh, yes.
but it's especially true here. True belonging is not about external approval or fitting a mold, it's about accepting yourself fully. When you belong
Yes.
to yourself first, outside acceptance becomes optional, not essential.
Mm, I like that.
I do too, but
Mhm.
so many people, and I think we all go through it at some point or another. So many people have this thing that they are doing, the things that they do and say and the way they live and whatever is all based on what somebody else is either directly giving them or maybe not even like speaking it. Like, I could tell my friend Vicky, well, Vicky, I think the room needs to be rearranged or something, or you need to change your hairstyle or something like. Yes, I would never do that, but I'm saying a friend could come right out and tell you that, and you might do it. But a lot of times it's more subtle than that.
Right. Yeah.
It's the way that things just kind of unfold for you in life, and you're like, oh, maybe if I
Mhm.
changed, so and so would like me better or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, it's never a good idea. Is
No.
my point. It's never a good idea to do something to try to think you're pleasing somebody else,
Right.
right?
Yes. You have to be yourself. Stand in your own truth. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Honor yourself. I had to learn that in my family because I have, six siblings and there's one of me and all the rest of them are like each other. And it was difficult to be, called, the weirdo, and,
Right.
all different names. And so I struggled with that for a while. And then I just, one day, as I got older, I just kind of said, this is who I am.
Hmm.
I can't change it to make somebody else happy.
Right.
And I got to make myself happy. And since then, this is who I am. If you like me, that's great. If you don't, well, I feel missing out on somebody who can, be a good friend or confidant or whatever.
Right.
It's your choice, but I am not going to change for anybody anymore.
With that in mind, we are just checking in, and maybe you want to do ask yourself in what ways might you be seeking belonging outside of yourself? In other words, all the things we've just talked about.
Mhm.
Could you change? What would change if you rooted belonging to inside yourself? And that's a good question. I mean, what do you think about that? What what changes? How do I feel different when I start doing those things you talked about, when I'm doing things for myself, when I'm living my life my way. How does that feel?
It
Besides
feels
weird at first.
well, yes, because we get conditioned, we have parents, we have grandparents, we have teachers, and everybody, expects you to be one way or the other, and it gets confusing. Yet when you step out of it and you look at the bigger picture of what do I enjoy? What am I passionate about? What am I proud of myself for? That makes the difference. And so being in a crowd of people, just be yourself.
Mhm.
Don't try to fit into somebody. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. You
Right.
got to trust your intuition. And a lot of people don't realize that we sense and feel and, know things. And that's our higher self saying, hey, focus on what's right for you.
Hmm.
Don't worry about everybody else. You got to take care of yourself.
How to, right. I think my point on that was all of that, and how am I going to feel when all of this is over? I mean, how well is that even important? I don't know. I
Well, how
think
would
it.
you Okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but look at the changes that you're going through. You're going
Oh
through
yeah.
changes.
Oh
How do
yeah.
you feel?
Terrified.
Okay, well, that's
That's a
typical.
start. It's a
Yeah,
start.
when
Yeah.
you're starting, it's like, oh, this is all new. It's like learning how to drive a car. It's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And then you
Right.
think about driving a car. You
Right.
think, when you're a baby, like you learn to walk and you're falling down. It's like, am I going to be like this forever? You walk. You don't think about it.
Right.
So looking at what is important for me, what makes me happy, what makes me, feel good inside, what do I give to my community? You know, how can I take care of myself? Because when I give to community, it makes me really happy because I love to assist people. I love
Hmm.
to encourage. And that just builds me up because that's what I love to do. That's what I feel I'm here in this lifetime to do is to inspire other people by some of the experiences I've gone through and say, hey, you can do it too. So
Right.
that's my true self.
Right.
And that's what I'm very passionate about. So what are you passionate about? What do you enjoy? What fills you up? What makes you get up in the morning to go, wow, this is a new day. This is going to be great.
Yes, yes to all of that, and yeah, you do have. I think that last piece of it, that especially me, like you said, things are changing relationship wise
Mhm.
for me, and all of that, and I'm incorporating this lady into my life more and more.
Right?
So yes, at first, pretty damn scary, got to admit.
No, of course.
Not about it, and the funny thing is, and I told her this. I think I'm pretty sure we've already had this discussion, she and I.
Hmm.
None of this is about you, my dear. Her name's Mary. None of this is about you, Mary. It's all about me. It's and not in an egotistical way, not in a mean-spirited way, not in, it's all about Bill having to make new make that new decision that we talk about, because I'm going from one lifestyle that I had and I enjoyed and I liked to another one. And I know I'm going to like it. And like you said, you wake up in the morning, it's going to be great. Okay, and that's my plan. I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to say, this is going to be great. It's different, but it's going to be
Yeah.
great. But it's going to be great.
Yet how many different things have you gone through in your life?
Hmm. Oh,
And
you mean in general? A
in
billion?
general, yeah.
Maybe more?
And you're still here.
Right?
You're better each time that you go through something. You learn from it, you grow from it, you expand, and you're being true to yourself because you're following your heart. You're going, okay, well, here's a new opportunity, or here's this new relationship.
Exactly.
And
No, it's
yeah,
true.
everything's scary at first, like going back to being a baby, and learning how to walk. It's like, oh my God, but you don't think about walking anymore
Right.
because you've got confidence. You can do this.
Right. You've
You
been here
believe in
before, or
yourself.
you've made the mistakes. You've been here before. You've done all that. You've gotten through it, like you said, and you're still
Yeah,
here. Yeah.
yeah. And like I said, it's believing in yourself. You're capable of doing a lot. And that's where we think, oh, I can't do that. Well, why are you saying you can't do it? You haven't even tried. Give it a try. Do the baby steps,
Right.
and then
Right.
move on up.
Right.
It's trusting and it's believing in yourself.
Do or do not. There is no try, Master Yoda.
There you go. Yes.
Just do.
That's a good one. I
It
love
is a
that.
good one. Just do it. See what happens. Right. Love that. Okay, cool. Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show. Belonging honors both individuality and community. Belonging does not mean losing your uniqueness. It means allowing your unique self to belong outside and alongside others. It's the balance of honoring who you are and being part of something greater than yourself. And that comes in so many ways. That can be your job, especially we're thinking holiday season, your family,
Sure. Right?
your whatever. But yes, you are part of that something greater, family, company, job, tribe, team, whatever it is.
Whatever it
But
is.
you also bring your own unique self to it.
Yes.
And, I use my sports analogies a lot, but it's kind of true in this case as well that, a great team is made up of a lot of people with a lot of really important skills and gifts, abilities, and all of that stuff. But yet all of these individuals who have their great pieces come together in a way to form an even bigger, better team of things.
Absolutely.
Same with family, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would hope so anyway. You would think,
Oh, yeah.
you can think that. You can think, I don't have to be what everybody else needs me to be, even in this family, but I am contributing my own unique
Yes.
gifts to it.
Well, it's like a puzzle. Each piece is different, yet you bring it together and there's the big picture.
Right. Exactly. No, that's a true. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So the question becomes then, how can you stay true to who you are while still connecting deeply with others? And that's the whole point of it. I mean, you don't give away or drop the things that make you who you are.
Right?
But at the same time, you're kind of adding, like you said, your own piece of the puzzle.
Well, you know what I'm going to say?
Uh-oh. Yes, I do. Go ahead. Do it. But anyway,
We have to be our own best friend.
exactly. And that applies well, tell me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not. That applies in everything. Even in a family situation, because we're thinking families, holidays, get-togethers, all of that sort of a thing. That even in a family situation like this, a family gathering, or maybe not even a gathering, but you're communicating. Yeah, you still have to be yourself with all of that. You have to be your own best friend in all of that.
Yes.
Maybe somebody thinks that's a little weird, but that's okay. They'll get over it.
Maybe they'll enjoy it and if they try it.
There you go. Maybe you could encourage them to try that for themselves. Yes.
Yes. Look in the mirror and go in the morning and go, "Hi, best friend. What are we going to do today? What's going to make you happy today? What do we need to get accomplished?" Or whatever.
Yes.
If you say that to your friend, you're your own best friend.
That's pretty much been the hallmark of this show, but it's true.
Yes.
Number 3, belonging heals isolation, and loneliness. When you feel you belong to
Yes.
yourself or to a group, that's interesting. You feel you belong to yourself or a group.
Mhm.
Isolation loses its grip. Belonging offers comfort, rootedness, and the reminder that you are part of a larger human story. I mean, not just a family, not just a tribe, not just a county or a city. The whole planet.
Oh,
You're
yes.
part of the whole thing. I think that's why I think that's why I never, even though I lived on my own, I lived by myself for 3 years now. The past 3 years
Mhm.
has been. I
Mhm.
never felt alone. I never felt isolated. I never felt lonely.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm any kind of a guru here, but I think I did have the awareness
Yes.
of belonging to myself
Yes. Yes.
in that, yeah, okay, I'm living by myself, but that doesn't mean I am alone.
No.
Doesn't mean I am lonely. That doesn't mean I am isolated. It's none of those things.
Right.
And yeah, your community has a part of that. I go and I play my pickleball with my friends twice a week or whatever. I get that. That's all part of it, sure. But even sitting at home alone myself in the evening on the couch, whatever,
Mhm.
I don't feel lonely. I don't feel isolated. I don't, and I think, like it said, that's part of that you feel like you belong to yourself. You are, well,
Mhm.
as Vicky would say, you are your own best friend, but it's the same thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you love, you respect, you honor yourself, and you feel strong within your own self, and you
Mm-hmm.
feel capable of taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the connection to the bigger part of life, of the whole thing. So yeah, I agree with that, and I've seen that in my own life. That's interesting. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
next one. Belonging gives strength, and the strength allows you to be vulnerable. Ooh, I like that.
Mm.
Vulnerability feels risky until
Yeah.
you know you belong somewhere safe. When belonging is built on trust and acceptance, showing your real self becomes much easier. And that's where deeper relationships begin.
Hmm.
In other words, I know who I am. I know all the things we've talked about in terms of being your own best friend and knowing what you want and knowing who you are and knowing what you bring and knowing all of that stuff.
Right.
When you do that, now you can be more open and honest with the other people around you in your life.
Oh, definitely.
And that's, as it says, that's where deeper relationships begin. Because if you're just
Mhm.
playing to be somebody else's friend by doing what they are looking for, or not so much. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's an interesting. What do they call that? I forget the word, but it seems like an opposite, but it's not really. So you can be vulnerable in what you want because you already know who you are. You already know that that's not going to change. You already know you're not going to give yourself up or give in to others' desires, wants, opinions, whatever, whether it's a friend or a family member or the world in general. You watch something on
Right.
TV and then this is the new hairstyle, this is the new color to wear, this is, which never is my thing anyway, but that's so. But yes, anyway, long story short, belonging gives you the strength to be vulnerable. Who could you allow to see your real self this week or through the holidays, imperfections and all? And what might that belonging feel like? So,
Mm.
just something to
Yeah.
ask yourself there. And I
Yeah.
like that. It's just, again, just try it.
Yeah.
Your line, just try it. What the heck? So,
Yeah, absolutely. And it's okay to show your authentic self. I mean, we're human beings. We're not robots that are programmed to be perfect.
right?
We have our moments. So if somebody's having a moment, and I've shared a few with you, um,
Hmm.
but you still respect them, you honor them, you trust that that they're feeling safe with you, which is a big honor. That they
Right.
could let themselves expose themselves, so to speak, to have feelings and hurting or whatever's going on. So that's, to me, when somebody talks with me about that and they feel safe with me, that's one of my biggest pleasures, is to be able to be there for them.
Right. Right. And again, you don't. and this is the lesson guys have to learn. You don't have to fix it either.
No.
You don't have to have an opinion on it. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to offer advice. You don't have to say, "Oh, well, I see what you're doing wrong." No, 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 no. You don't. None of that is necessary. Now, they may ask you for advice and counsel.
Yes.
Fine. But again, you don't you don't have to. You don't have, even for guys, even between two men, even between guy to guy, because a guy asks a guy, if a guy expresses something to another guy, he's going to get an opinion back no matter what. You don't have to. You can just listen. You can just go, oh, okay. And then if
Yeah.
you want to dig a little bit more, how do you feel about that? What are you thinking about that? How does that work for you? Whatever. And like I said, that's a guy thing because guys, we fix things. That's our job. Better or for worse. But it's not always necessary. Okay, that's the thing. Remember that, guys, as you're going into the holidays.
Mhm.
Don't always have to fix things. Okay.
Right.
Last but not least on belonging. Belonging evolves with growth. As you grow, your sense of belonging can change. You take on new roles, new values, new chapters of life. Belonging certainly is not static. It can expand, shift, and deepen over time if you stay open and honest with yourself.
Yes.
Things are going to change. And I'm the perfect example of that this week. Starting a new chapter of a relationship thing with someone, and the whole thing is that sense of belonging that used to be just to myself now involves another person
Hmm.
and a dog.
And a dog. Gotta remember the dog.
I remember the
The
dog.
boss.
Thank you. That's right. But yes, so things change. None of this is ever set in stone. None of it. In fact, everything we talk about in this show,
Mhm.
if you think, oh, there's a hard and fast rule, except for being
Mm,
your own best friend, that's a hard and fast rule no matter what.
yes.
You're
Oh, yeah, that
sorry.
is
You got to
definitely.
do that one. You don't
Yes.
have to. Every time I say you got it or
Imperative.
you have to or you whatever, I always hear myself and I go, oh, that's not, you don't want to say it that way. I mean it that way, but I'm trying to find a nicer way to express it, shall we say. Yeah. But yes, as you grow, things change.
Mhm.
It's a
Yes.
fact of life.
But
And how that
oh,
means
go for
when
it.
you belong to something, that's going to change as well.
Yeah.
Simple.
I think there's a phrase that said that I maybe I'm not saying it right, but I think it's the only constant is change. Is
That's pretty darn close. Yeah,
okay.
I think it's the only constant in life is change, but it's
Yeah.
exactly what you said. Yes.
Yes.
And yes, there's no getting away from that because times change. I said my new lady friend was talking about an old friend of hers and was kind of not complaining, but it's like, oh, they always say this. Oh, they always, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, you got to remember, and another old cliche: times change, people not so much, unless they
Mhm.
want to. And when
Absolutely.
someone's stuck in their story, stuck in
Mhm.
their misery, their pain, their whatever,
Right.
and they don't want to change or they don't see that they can change, well,
Yeah.
okay, now
Mhm.
where you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah. Wish them well, send some
Yeah,
energy to
yeah,
them.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
everybody's got to take care of themselves.
So keep that in mind as we go, that your sense of belonging will change, will shift over the
Mhm.
years.
Yeah.
But it's always evolving, always adding for something new. And like we said earlier on, there's always a new adventure, always something happening
Hmm.
out there. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Word of the week is belonging. And I
Hmm.
thought it was important for this holiday season here, belonging, because all of us belong to a family, whether we claim it or not. All of us belong to a group or a tribe or a company or a team or a something.
Yes.
We all do. I mean, one way or another. So,
Yeah.
what are you going to do with it? How are you going to make the best of it? Let it work for you. All of that. So, there you go.
Yes. Definitely.
Final
It's going to
thoughts
be
on
a lot
belonging?
happier. And sometimes you just have to say, well, that's the way it is, and just walk away. Sometimes you have to do that.
So the belonging, remember, and we said this at the top, the belonging starts with belonging to yourself.
Yes.
Because if you do find something that you do have to distance yourself from,
Mhm.
you still have yourself. and you still,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I don't belong to, no, of course, okay, you're not on that team anymore, you're not on this team anymore, whatever. I mean, and again, sports analogy, people get traded every day between teams. So, your sense of belonging can change, but yet it's still the important belonging is to who you are to yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
And as Vicky would say for the thousandth time, it's just because you are being your own best friend.
Hmm. I think it's reaching kind of more up to the million.
I think we probably are into the millions on that one. We certainly are. All right. So that's belonging. And again, for more, we're going to post all of this with the show notes and all of that. So keep an eye open for that. Visit us on Facebook. Just do a search for the Practical Path Podcast. Coming up next after the break, we have, and I searched directly for an article about holiday stress and stuff like that. So the
Mm.
article is called Holiday Stress. Prepare now so you feel better later. I know, right? Just getting ready for that. All right, we'll talk about that and more when we come back. We will be right back. Welcome back. This is the Practical Path, step number 69 along the path. I think it is. Yes, I'm pretty sure it is.
Mhm.
Had to
Yeah,
check
you
the
said
numbers before we started.
it.
A podcast for personal and spiritual development. And with the holidays coming, we've been talking a little bit about ways of coping and ways of developing a strong mindset for that. I think that's what the belonging thing was all
Yeah.
about getting right in your own head about what you think about yourself and all of that.
Right. Yep.
Coming up now, I found an interesting article called Holiday Stress, Prepare Now So You Feel Better Later. And it's from a website called Body Brain Alliance.
Oh,
And
okay.
Dr. Karen is her name, and I don't have the last name, so I apologize, Dr. Karen. I will find your last name, and I will list it on the show notes when the time comes. But anyway,
Mhm.
bodybrainalliance.com is the website. So, blah, 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 excuse me. Belonging invites us to feel at home in ourselves, as we said. But now, with the holiday season coming, many people feel pressure to belong, having a
Mm.
certain way, meeting expectations, or whatever. This little bit of article discusses mindset for handling those pressures with compassion for yourself
Mhm.
while protecting your inner peace. We always talk about how it's so important to make sure you're doing it for yourself first.
Yes.
Always, in everything we talk about on this show.
Yeah.
So again, the article, and I will post it in the show notes. Holiday stress, preparing now so you feel better later. Reframing, and I love this first one right off the bat, reframing holidays as a growth challenge,
Oh boy.
right?
Yes.
Encouraging you to see holidays not as a stress test to pass or fail, but as a challenge, like being promoted a grade in school or getting a new job with your company. Expecting perfection sets us up for disappointment. Instead, treating holidays as a growth opportunity allows you to give yourself and there's more grace, more room to learn, more compassion, even when things don't go perfectly.
Yes.
Ask yourself, how might viewing your next stressful family event give you a chance to grow rather than to perform to someone else's expectations?
Yes.
No, right? Never
Yeah.
thought of it that way.
That that's a biggie.
I'm
Yeah.
going into this and it's a game. It's like, what can I learn? What can I grow from?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I what would we grow from? What would be some areas that we could grow from? And I can off the top of my head think of one, and that is
Okay.
learning to be more accepting of the people in my life, family and close friends and all that, because
Right.
you're going to be with all of that come
Right.
holiday season.
Hmm.
Learning to be more accepting than rather than trying to change them to fit your particular perception of reality.
Good luck with that
Good luck
one.
with that one. Yeah, because I mean, you put, you nailed it on that one because good luck because it's not going to happen.
It's no, it's not.
But how often do we try it anyway?
And how often do we stress ourselves out?
Exactly.
Yeah.
For what? For nothing. Well, I mean, you don't
Yeah.
think it's nothing at the time. You're like, well, I see what they're doing wrong, how they're being whatever, missing the point, whatever.
Yeah. Being themselves.
But all they're doing is being themselves. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's, again, your challenge is to grow with that. And part of that, I think, is just to let them be them.
Yeah. Just accept it and think, okay, well, for this short period of time, can I can I survive?
Can you what?
Can I survive?
Can I survive? And yes, and that surviving, like you said, good word. Uh, it's not like it's not like you're on the TV show, like you're not on Survivor. There's no test here, right?
Yeah.
You're not swimming with the sharks or dangling from a vine or something like that.
Yeah.
But you are in what might be an uncomfortable,
Right.
shall we say, challenging
Yes.
situation when you're close to someone, a family member
Mhm.
who doesn't share the same opinions about things that you do.
Right.
So, okay, now there's your job or your challenge or your test or your quiz or your game, whatever I like game. Game is good.
Yeah.
Can I listen to this person, this family member, this friend? Can I listen to them spout off like they do every holiday season
Hmm.
about politics, about sports, about money, about whatever? Can I listen to them spout off and just kind of go, "Oh, okay," or
That's
whatever?
what I
I
was.
mean,
I've been sitting here waiting to say. I would say, oh, okay.
okay, okay, yeah.
Who can argue with okay?
There's not there. That's just it is the perfect neutral response to things. It's like there's no comeback to that. Okay.
Okay.
And if you've ever done that with somebody,
Oh, I've done it.
right? And how interesting is them to watch them kind of like think about that and go, well, what the hell do I say now? I've given you both barrels. I've given you my best shot, and Vicky just goes, okay.
Okay.
I got nothing, as the kids say. I got nothing with it. And I guess that's the point. I mean, that's the good news for you, the person listening to that, is you don't have to have anything. You don't have to add anything to that.
Yeah. And sometimes if you do, you're adding fire to
Yes, pouring
the
gas on the
fire
fire.
pit. But yeah,
Pouring gas on
pouring
the fire.
gas on the fire. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've heard you do that with people. I've heard our other friend, Reverend Gregory Keene, I've heard him do that with people all the time, that they will say the most crazy, the most outrageous things. And it's just like, okay.
Okay.
I'm like, what?
Because what else are you going to do? If you try to correct it or
Right.
add to it, they're going to get upset or they're going to, just shut down or whatever. So I just learned that, okay is like, I nod and I smile and I go, okay. And
See,
then I go, in my head, I'm going, when can I get out of here?
right. See, yours truly probably wouldn't quite handle it that way because I would be looking for a graceful way to say, boy, what an idiot you are. And that might not go over well. I'm just saying. It might
Yeah.
not go over well, especially at the holidays, especially with I would never tell
Yeah.
a family member they're an idiot. I don't think I've ever done that. I'm trying
Uh,
to I'm trying to remember now. But yes. So, okay.
yeah.
It's a game. Remember, it's a growth challenge. Think of it that way. If you have to have a meeting with family or friends, or you're having even a office Christmas party or something like that,
Right.
and that's probably the worst because those are people that are going to tell you their opinion. Growth challenge game. I love that. How can
Yes.
I not the answer, but one of the best ways is to keep it so simple. Like Vicky says, just say okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Oh
Excuse
man.
me, I've got to go to the ladies' room.
Right. Is that the phone I hear ringing? Let me go get that.
Oh, I
Yeah, no,
gotta
I
get
hear
it.
you. I get it. I do. DoorDash at the door. Let me go get that. Okay. So Now, we talked about this in the first part with the belonging thing, but it also shows up here in this post, which is using holidays to deepen your relationship with yourself.
Yes. Yep.
Planning ahead, caring for your future self and your future self's needs, hard to say,
Mhm.
setting boundaries around commitments, all of these help you stay grounded. It is a form of self respect that reinforces your sense of inner belonging and inner self care. Again,
Yes.
plan ahead, care for your future. Think in terms of what your future self is, that your needs in terms of relationship with people and all that.
Right.
Boundaries you're going to set, things that you will or will
Oh,
not
yes.
say, put up with, whatever. And
Hmm.
commitments, again, another big thing come holidays. Can you
Right.
help me with this? Can you do this? Can you do this? All right, well,
Right.
some things yes, some no. All of those help you stay grounded, keep up your sense of self respect,
Mm.
reinforce your inner sense of belonging and self care. Love that.
Yeah. Yes, very much. That's
That's a lot,
so
but it's true.
important.
Again, it's all about the relationship you have with yourself.
Absolutely. How do you take care of yourself? How do you respect yourself? How do you honor yourself? And hopefully, by doing that, maybe you're giving them also the opportunity to go, well, wait a minute, they were thinking about this and doing that. Maybe I should look at that. So hopefully, maybe they'll gain something from us being like models for them, so to speak.
Yeah, no, the model thing is big. It
Mhm.
really, I mean, that's probably 90% of how children learn is they model the adults around them, of
Oh,
course. Probably
definitely.
more than 90%. But
Yeah.
I think that still goes on between adults as well. I think the
Oh,
modeling thing, or at
absolutely.
least maybe subconsciously, but we see something in somebody else that we're like, oh, I'd like to do that or be that way or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a good opportunity for that. It's a good opportunity for you. And if you're not being your authentic self, and like we've talked about many a time, if you're not being
Right.
your authentic self, then you're not modeling behavior that somebody else is going to want anyway. You're just modeling something back to them that they probably already know or see or whatever.
And what you're doing is you're hurting yourself
Mm.
by by not being authentic, by trying to, like fudge it. Well, that's like lying to yourself. So being as authentic as you can be, respectful, and
Yes.
if you need to, just find, a gracious way to say, "Oh, excuse me, I, gotta check on my dog," or something,
Right.
so you don't hurt their feelings,
Right.
yet you take yourself out of that pressure that you would probably be feeling.
I and you have to, I think it has to be with somebody that you already have a relatively decent relationship with.
Hmm.
I've done it with friends and, my lady friend and all that. And if
Right?
somebody says something that I have a different opinion on, shall we say, my
Right?
favorite comeback is respectfully disagree. And then
There.
I tell them why.
Yeah.
Respectfully disagree. I think it's this, this, and this, and this. But you do your thing. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, you stood up for yourself, you
Right.
respect yourself, and you're giving that other person the opportunity to know that they were acknowledged. Yet, if you don't want it, that's
Right.
okay.
Right.
But you
And
acknowledge
that
that.
fits into so many things like boundaries and all of
Boundaries.
that stuff that somebody
Yes.
can say something and you can just yeah, okay. I hear you. Like you said, you acknowledge that you're hearing what they have to offer, even if
Right.
you're not taking it in, even if
Right.
you're not accepting it for yourself.
Right. I
Respectfully
still
disagree.
acknowledge and honor that that's what they feel, and that's for them.
And we were talking about authenticity, and one of the points of this post is exactly that. Authenticity as courageous belonging. Rather
Mm,
than conforming to external expectations or holiday pressures, you
mm.
might use this season to better express your true self. To, and as they put in quotes, debut the new you. I like
Yeah.
that. Right?
Yeah.
Showing up, yes, showing up authentically can be scary, but it continues to reinforce, as you do it often, more
Hmm.
self trust and inner belonging. So
Yes.
The question then becomes, is there a part of you that you have hidden to fit in with other
Oh, yeah.
people? Are you burying something? What might happen if you revealed that part of yourself,
Hmm.
especially to people that maybe you can trust, family, friends, etc.,
Right. Yeah.
for the holiday season?
Mhm.
Love that.
Yes.
And yes, it does take courage to do that. It really does. So
Oh, yeah.
we acknowledge that for our friends and listeners and ourselves, that it's like you're not just going to start. It would take a very special, different kind of a person. You know who I'm thinking of? And our listeners don't know this person, but our old friend Jerry. You and I had a
Oh,
friend, Jerry.
yes.
He
Yes.
never, and maybe it was the fact he was from New York. I don't know.
That could be.
But and you probably, and when I say you, you're our listeners, our friends, our listeners to this program, you probably have a friend or a family member like our old friend Jerry. He's gone
Mm,
now, but I'm sure he's still
yeah.
kicking ass over on the other side.
Oh,
Um,
I sure he is.
never afraid to tell you what he really thought about something.
And I admire that. I admire somebody that stands up for what they believe. Maybe I, will say, oh, that's great. Or maybe I'll say, well, I have a different theory. Yet
Mhm.
I honor that person for standing in their truth.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
Jerry
there's nothing
did
wrong with
that.
that. Again, you can
Huh.
use the tools we just gave you. You can use the okay
Okay.
or whatever, or
Thank you.
respectfully disagree. You could do that
Right?
even in the face of somebody who is 1000% certain that they are correct.
Yes.
Because again, we all know people like that. And again,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
plenty of respect to folks like that. If as long as it's not doing something, as long as it's not hurting yourself or hurting someone. I mean, you don't want to be
Yeah.
positive about, some things in life and
Right.
some ugly things in life. I get it. All right. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Right.
But plenty of people are they live out loud. They just,
Oh, yeah.
they just have their way of living and they're going to do it and you're going to hear about it. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Again, that's your growth challenge is your ability to be able to just say okay or whatever to that person. So it's because it's going to happen. It's going to
Oh,
happen.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. And what do? You go home. You don't have to go home with that person, so you can just go home and go, okay, well, that was interesting.
That was interesting.
What's going to happen tomorrow?
Exactly. So yes, yeah, that and again, it's all, I mean, if you think about it, not if you think about it, if you allow it to be, it all becomes that game, that challenge, that, ability for you to grow from things that might have been
Yeah,
a little odd, a little challenging, a little whatever before.
yeah, yeah.
Growth challenge. Love that.
It's growth challenge. That's a good.
All right, another point. Mindset matters more than perfection. Always does, but especially in
Yeah.
this, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
hustle of everyday life, the desire to get it all done,
Mm,
often steals the joy and the connection that holidays may offer. We are
yeah.
reminded that controlling what we can, which is our own mindset, our own choices, offer
Right.
more stability than trying to control other people and external details.
Oh, yes.
So, in other words, I'm doing what I can,
Yes.
and I'm okay with that.
And you're doing the best you can.
Exactly.
That
Exactly. Gee, I remember that Vicki 25 years ago telling me everybody does the best that they can with what they've got. That was Teddy Roosevelt. Do the best you can with what you got where you're at.
right.
But you
Yep.
kind of took it to a personal or spiritual level in saying that everybody makes the best decision they can for themselves
Hmm.
based on where they're at and what they've got and what's in their head at the time and head
Right.
and heart at the time.
Head and heart. Yeah. Yeah.
So you get to control that. Your mindset,
Yeah.
the choices you make that affect you directly
Yes. Right.
are the things that you do get to control. Congratulations.
Hmm. Hmm.
Stick with those.
Yes.
And then if somebody asks for help or is in need of help and you offer and they say yes, all right, if you choose to get involved, I get it. That's
Oh,
fine. You can choose to
yeah.
get involved.
Hmm.
But if not, remember the important things that you can control are your own mindset,
Right.
your own choices for your own stuff.
And it's okay to say yes or no.
Oh
It's
boy. Yeah.
yeah, take care
Yeah.
of yourself.
It's okay to say yes or no. It really is.
Hmm.
Um, and both are both answers are equally good.
Hmm.
They may get you wildly different responses from people, but again, now we go back. When in doubt, see point number one: reframing as a growth challenge or game.
Hmm.
So now, if somebody doesn't
Yep.
like your answer, your opinion, your whatever, okay, now we're back to that thing. Oh, it's a game. I get to try and not figure out. I get to practice my, acceptance, my gotta go excuse. I get to practice all of that stuff. But I also
Right.
learn something about
Yes.
other people and about myself.
Right. Hmm.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
Which leads to the final point for this whole thing, which is that stress can be a teacher, not a trap,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Stress is not
Yep.
automatically destructive. Stress, remember that. Stress is not automatically destructive. It's how we
Mhm.
relate to it that matters. If approached with self awareness, stress becomes a signal and an opportunity for growth rather than a source of pressure, collapse, trouble, anger, whatever, whatever, whatever. So
Yes.
keep in mind when stress hits this season, can you pause and ask? And this, if ever there was something that we did on this show, it is this line: pause and ask, what is this moment trying to teach me?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a
Instead
big
of
yes.
defaulting, and they finish it by saying, instead of defaulting to something us humans are really good at, fear and guilt.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And making it positive because when you look at it and go, what can I learn from it? How can I grow from this? How can I shift something? That's moving everything into the positive, getting that energy going to create more of this. So,
Yes.
feeling strong within your own self.
And again,
Absolutely.
what is this moment trying to teach me?
Hmm.
And if you, I mean, assuming that you had a pretty good experience in school, at least think
Yes.
of your best teachers. Don't think of the bad
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
Think of your best
Oh,
teachers, right?
oh, yeah.
And then put it into that frame of reference. What is this moment trying to teach from a
Mhm.
positive, like you said, from a positive, optimistic, loving, caring, all those good
Oh,
words?
yeah.
What is it trying to teach me?
I,
Because
I I'm smiling to myself because I had a teacher, Mr. Del Setti, and he was a great guy. He was kind of, looked kind of like you, and he asked me a question, and I just froze. And he goes, "You have a voice." He goes,
right.
"Use it. What's going on?" And I said, "Quit badgering me." And I ran out of the room.
Hmm.
And I started crying, and he came out and he looked at me and he turned his head. He's tall like you, turned his head
Mm.
and said, "Congratulations, you have a voice."
Mm.
He knew
So
exactly
no matter how
what he,
difficult things might have been in the moment, he used it to give you the good news,
the gift.
the gift
It
of
was
it.
a gift. And he
Exactly.
was one of the best teachers I've ever had. But just a big guy like you turning his head and going, and I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
what?
Right. Right. Even if it's to scream or to cry or
Yeah.
whatever, congrats, you have a voice. Yeah.
Mhm.
And now you get to use it in whatever way you choose.
Yes. And I try to use it, in a respectful way, in a supportive way, but I can curse pretty good with the best of them.
And that's okay. That's
That's
okay.
okay. Sometimes
That's
you have to, and sometimes
yes.
you just got to get it out, and it's okay. If you're not doing it against somebody, but you run around, using your curse words, get it out.
Right. I don't I've not heard you curse at someone. Maybe me once or twice, but that's okay. I probably didn't needed it. But more it's more just about life and the situation and things that happen and traffic and crowds and shopping and yeah, I get it. I do. I get it.
Get it out.
So you are totally allowed to get it out
Hmm?
and work that. And finally saw a video about that because I was curious. Of course, now that I'm not a dog owner, but I have a dog in my life now,
Yes, you
and it's
do.
like, what is it with dogs that they have this zoomy thing? You know that the dog will just be sitting there and then he'll bounce up off of the ground and they will tear around the house for like 5 minutes, and then the battery runs out, plop, they're done. And it's like that somebody said that's just that is exactly what it looks like. If the dog has this built up, pent up energy that it has to get rid of,
Yeah.
and that's how they do it.
Yeah.
Of course, with us humans, a lot of times it's cursing.
Yes. My second language.
Right, right. But it's the same thing. It's you have this buildup of energy, this pent
Yeah.
up whatever in you,
Yeah.
and it needs an outlet.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
and for us humans, we're not gonna. Well, you could run around the house. That would be a good thing to do. That would release it just as well.
Right? True.
But sometimes you're just sitting at your desk working or whatever, and you're doing your own thing, and then oh, hang on, oh, sorry about that. My phone rang, and it started to ring on the phone on the computer. Um, that your phone rings, Bill. I got distracted there. That something happens, and you can't. There's no physical outlet for it, but you can just as easily let it out in language.
Oh, yes.
As our old buddy Tony Robbins would always say, though, that physical is the best. I mean, if you
Yes.
can just get up and do some jumping jacks or do something like that, that the physical part of it changes your state on all of that.
Oh,
So yeah,
definitely.
I do believe that. I do.
Mhm.
So anyway, sorry for the distraction, but I could curse, I suppose, and get it out. I don't have to. It wasn't a big deal. So the phone ring. It was probably somebody trying to sell me something anyway. So no big deal. Remember, belonging, as we close out this week,
Mhm.
belonging begins with being at peace with yourself, even
Oh,
when
yeah.
life demands more than you feel you are ready to give.
Hmm.
Holiday times, like every other season, challenge us to remember who we are, what we value, and where we draw our boundaries.
Hmm.
This weekend, through all the holiday season, you have an invitation to belong first to yourself, to
Yes.
think about what you want and need, prepare with care, protect your peace, and let authenticity guide your steps.
I love
I
that.
do too. That was a
Absolutely.
closing reflection there. All good.
That
So,
is very good.
yes, I just, that pretty much sums it up. And again,
Mhm.
again and again and again and again, it keeps coming back to your own relationship with yourself.
Absolutely.
Always does.
Yeah.
There's just no better way to,
Mhm.
because if it's based on something outside of you, I mean, look at what you've done. Like Vicki would say, you've given away your power. You have,
Oh, yeah.
you've allowed something, someone outside of you
Hmm.
to control you, and that's just not
Oh,
cool. That's
yes.
just not cool.
No.
So it's not cool, Bill. There's an old hippie talking right there, if ever there was one. Not cool, man. Not cool. I feel like
Cool.
Jeff Bridges. So yeah, but it's true.
But
And
it's
if you
very
can
true.
be, yeah, if you can, the more authentic you can be with yourself, the
Yeah.
better you will feel about yourself. Period. End of statement.
And that energy goes out to everybody else. So like, I always say, you never know how many millions of people you're going to affect by one thing that you do for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So honor yourself, respect yourself, love yourself, treat yourself with kindness, because that energy is going to go out and people are going
Yep.
to feel it.
Yep. And everybody feels it around you. You
Hmm.
feel it for yourself first,
Hmm.
but other people around you feel it as well. And they're like, wow, what's changed with Vicky? She
Yeah.
seems different. And it's kind of in a good way. So, or they may not even recognize good, bad, or otherwise, but it's definitely going to be something they notice different.
Right. And they're going to feel it.
Yep. They're going to
So it's a
feel it.
gift for ourselves, yet a gift that keeps going on and on and on.
The
Yeah.
gift that keeps on giving. Boy, what
Yes.
that was a, I forget who that was for. That was a product or a song or a something. I don't know, whatever.
What's on the
Speaking of
TV?
holiday season. So,
Yes.
got all your Christmas shopping done there, Miss Vicky?
No.
No. I would say, not only would I say no, I would say, oh, hell no.
Oh,
Over
okay.
here
Hell
for
no.
Bill. Yeah, no, I'm no. So that's going to be this week and next. We got time. As we
Hmm.
record this, it is literally today, December the 2nd, as we record this. And we would invite you to put those tools to work that we just gave you in terms of belonging and being authentic with yourself. And we talk about that all the time, but I think even more so this time of year when you're with
Yeah.
people who you are close to.
Yes.
Again, family, friends, business,
Hmm.
acquaintance,
Yeah.
everything. There
Yeah.
seems like, it doesn't seem like, it's true. The holiday season kind of brings this It ramps up the connections between people, and some of them are good and some of them not so much. But
Yeah.
again, if you're looking at it as a
Good.
game, as a way of learning and growing for yourself,
Yeah.
okay, now we're, it's playoff season here. Now we're into the important games now.
You got to get that football in there, don't you?
I do have to get my football references in every week. The NFL pays me. No, I wish they did, but
I
no, they
wish.
don't. But yes, a sport.
Yeah.
I think I've said it before on this show, and just briefly, just because we're coming to the end of the hour. That's why I like sports more than real life. Sports has two teams that are relatively evenly matched. They
Okay.
play by the same rules, and they have people who officiate things that go wrong. That know you can do this, but you can't do that. And I think if life was more like that, we'd be better off. But that's just Bill talking about football. So that's why I like sports of all kinds. Doesn't matter. Sports,
Yes.
baseball, basketball, football, hockey, it doesn't matter. Two equally matched teams with a goal in mind, win the game,
Yes.
rules in place on how you can do it, and
Yes.
some, referees in the background going, no, 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 can't do that.
Ooh.
So for better or for worse, to bring that around full circle, you have to be your own referee.
Yes.
Ooh, how's that? You have to be
Oh,
your own referee in terms of this is what I can do, this is what I will do, this is what I won't do.
right.
As I
Yes.
move toward my goals in life, playing the
Mhm.
game that I'm playing, whatever that
Right.
might be.
Yeah.
Wow. 59 minutes into the show, we got to really a gold nugget there. Good, Bill. Good for you. Patting myself on the back. So there we go.
No,
But
that
it's
was good.
true. It's
No,
very true.
it's a great analogy, and that's what's really good is if you can find an analogy that somebody can, grab onto and go, oh, that football game, or oh, being your own best friend, or
Right?
being kind, being generous or whatever,
Yep.
finding something that they can hold on to and go, okay, here, like it's like here's my banner. Yeah.
Yes. This is the flag. This is this as what is that? This is the hill I will die on, as they say. This is what I stand for. Well, I mean,
Yes,
it's
that
it's
I
a real
stand
thing.
for.
This is what I
Right.
stand for, and I will not accept less or take more from somebody else or something else in
Right.
life. So yeah,
Yes.
that's all true. All right.
Yeah.
If you, our friends and listeners, would like some help with figuring out what hill you will die on, or what NFL football game you
Uh,
will play, I like
yeah.
that too.
I like that better.
Would like some help with Miss Vicky on that. How do they get in touch with you, please?
Oh, I would love that. They can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
And you got a new gadget for Christmas, or if you're going to get a new gadget for Christmas,
Mm,
go check out Bill's iPhone Tips on YouTube.
yes.
Just do a hashtag search Bill's iPhone Tips, and you'll find the videos there. Guy in the red shirt, that's me. So, and more new videos coming starting next week as we record this, because I'm
Great.
going to do 2 or 3 or 4 of them in a row and then put them out. So I promise. I
Great.
promise. Oh, it's going to be
I'll
tricky.
hold your feet to it.
I'll hold feet to the fire. I get it. I get
Feet
it.
to the fire.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. We appreciate it. As always, if you'd like to know more about anything that we talked about, either check us out. Facebook page is the best way.
Mhm.
Do a search for the Practical Path Podcast. You'll find the show notes there. All the podcast places will have all the show notes as well. Apple, Spotify, all of that as well, with the links to the article we talked about. If you'd like to know more about that, and that's it. Have a great week, everybody. Stay stress-free for those holidays. We'll see you again next
Yes.
week. I'm Bill Sklodowski.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Vicki Wagner, and as I always say, you have to be your own best friend.